Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? Ready? 44.
On first down, it's Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know they're securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Gun.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check nickel. Slam. 20.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line.
Go. Right there, 56. Oh, you go.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot. And got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Kill. Check. Check. Hot.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down again. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Mike, check, 59, 59.
From the gun, Jackson. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. They go with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now first and goal. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his fourth touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Throwing on third down, Newton escaping the pressure right. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 56. Hey, watch the slant. Check 13.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Last stop.
Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
You ain't doing nothing today. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Go.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On the ground, McCaffrey. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
20.
Newton on 3rd down. And off the deflection, it's caught. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. Touchdown! Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Maurice Hurst, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Get him. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Here's Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Maurice Hurst make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. All you get is a head. All you get is a head. 29. Mike 29. I got it.
3rd and long. It's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To return is McKenzie. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Good job.
Washington now out of the gun. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash. 59. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. All day. All day, every day.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Past the 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now Jackson. He finds his target. Beckham. And touchdown! Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The end result, 21 yards. Now Newton on 1st down. He's going to look deep for more. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was trying to go back to Moore there. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
59 mark.
gun. Newton stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A final shot before the break. Newton. And that is going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Jackson from the shotgun. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, he's going to rifle one deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
20.
From the 22, Newton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Yeah. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Newton. Out to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Again, Newton. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
To try again after the sack. Newton, and that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
Gun.
On first down, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Greg.
To throw on third down. Newton got his target, Samuel. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. On first and 10, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
I hope you brought your lips because I'm about to take you to school. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Switch.
Counter play with Jacobs. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They run from the shotgun with Washington. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get in them holes.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you had periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. From the 30 on second down, Newton. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Newton on first down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. We just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Throwing is Newton, buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 2nd and 10, Newton into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
On first down, it's Newton. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. To throw again on second down. Newton, quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Now a first down throw for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the 50, Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here we go. Check, 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 check. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go.
They snap it to Newton. And it is incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He may try and run for this. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Washington, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Jackson throwing right, and that's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Going for it all. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. One last throw here for Newton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the game will continue for at least 1 more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get 1 more untimed attempt.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
What's up? What's up?
coming over right now. Is that okay? I guess I'm making tacos. Because they're hungry too, so Desiree's getting the lettuce and the tomatoes. So you'll have something to eat tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you.
These cleats do more than run down the field. They empower kids. Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOP. I'll be updating the pages pretty soon. I already have all the material recorded, and I'm going to be putting out maybe 3 or 4 new defenses on my website. Some new ebooks. Mostly, you know, I wanted to get a variety. Some 4.3 books, some 3.4 books, some 4.6 books. You name it. But ultimately, look for that. Hopefully, I'll have that done before Christmas for people that are going to be buying this game pretty soon. So I have coins through that. And make sure to use discount code MONEYSHOT so they know that you came from my site, from my channel. Other than that, let's get into the video. So we went random run here. We're going to have a wide variety of run plays. I have really no idea where they're going to go. But ultimately, I don't really have to. So setup is really simple. That's the thing about, you know, you don't always have the most time for these elaborate setups this year. So I've really come up with a few defenses that are really geared towards quick and instant setup, and this is going to be one of them. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my D-line and spread my linebackers, which is D-pad left and up, and then D-pad right and up, and that's it. That's all I got to do. Now after that, I have a few choices. I can use this guy here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like to leave him doing what he's doing, especially if it's a run play. But what I'm going to do typically is I'm going to bring this safety down, and I'm going to bring him right into the box. So this is what I'm going to do right here, is I'm just going to have him, you know, right here where I'm basically acting like a middle linebacker. And if it's a pass play, I mean, these man coverages do a pretty good job. Just as long as you don't press or, you know, do anything like that, you're going to have pretty good coverage outside.
The only thing you have to watch out for is deep crossing routes or post routes. Like if this tight end does like an outside post route, say, that might be something I have to use her. I have to be a good user. I mean, there's a certain extent of this play that you have to be able to use her free safety. Some people aren't comfortable doing that. But if you look at the personnel setup right now, I mean, we essentially have, I mean, there's, you know, this is more than 8 in the box. There's 9 in the box. Here we get Lamar Jackson taken off right off the bat. I wasn't even ready for that as I was still doing the play. Well, anyway, like I was saying, so we have 9 in the box with me basically acting like a middle linebacker. And, you know, this is, like I said, this is a really strong run defense. So all I'm doing is spreading and spreading again. Just, you know, D-pad left and up, D-pad right and up, and the run defense is set up. So you can see right here, I mean, that defender right there, he really shoots in. I'm going to have to go to the replay to slow that down. But you can see keeping contained on most defenses. And you can see right there, I mean, the fullback's not getting any.
These cleats do more than support.